Welcome back to Las Vegas, Bally's to be precise. The 2022 World Series of Poker is underway still, and Event 12 is down to a final table of 5. This is the 50K High Roller No Limit Hold'em event, and my name is Remko, and I am joined today by Donnie Peters to provide you a 1-hour free preview of the action, which will continue, as always, on PokerGO.com. We have a stacked final table for everyone today. Many of the names that you will recognize, but in the lead is Brek Schutten with over 10 million in chips, an ICU nurse during the pandemic. He is looking for his first World Series of Poker bracelet, while David Peters already has 4 of those, one of which came this year. So Peters is looking to add another one to his tally, and getting up to 5 would put him in a very, very, very small club of players. Some of the others also chasing for their first bracelet, including Punsri from Bangkok, Thailand, going for his first WSOP bracelet, along with the man Shannon Shorr, who's been knocking on the door for a very, very long time. Donnie, we got a really fun final table here as we look at our chip leader. It's kind of impressive and crazy that David Peters is with us here once again, huh?
I don't think so. I'm just not surprised. I mean, he's David Peters. He's always at these final tables. We see it every other week in the studio.
Here's a look at our chip counts. Brek Schutten in the lead with over 10 million in chips. Andrew Lichtenberger, better known as Lucky Chewy, is the short stack. He has a lot of work to do, and so do Peters and Shorr if they want to make their way back into strong contention, as Schindler is in third and Punsri in second. Here's what we're playing for. $248,000 for 6th place. Going up the list here, 326, 436, 593, 820, and a whopping $1.3 million for the eventual champion, meaning that we will see a $500,000 heads-up battle today. So it's going to be a phenomenal final table. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you all watching again. And let me remind you, this is a 1-hour free preview. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and we'll do some giveaways here during this first hour as well. We'll give away some merch, and at the end of the show, we'll give away a free subscription, a 1-month free subscription to PokerGO, so you can watch the World Series of Poker.
Just gives away the farm.
Giving it all away. Absolutely. Donnie, Shannon Shorr, to me, is the most compelling storyline of this final table. When you look at Chewy and Peters in particular, those guys, of course, already have bracelets. But Shannon Shorr, in my opinion, one of the most beloved players on the tour, has been knocking on the door for a very long time, but is still looking for his first bracelet.
Yes, every single year, Shannon is out here at the World Series of Poker, cashing like 30 different times, playing 60 different events, still doesn't have a bracelet.
Yeah, it's kind of wild with the volume that he's put in and the skill that he always displays, but, you know, as mentioned in prior winner interviews by the likes of David Peters and Dan Smith, you need a lot of luck to also make these final tables and to give yourself a chance to win some of these tournaments. Here's Brek Schutten, the aggressive chip leader in this event, Donnie. What a crazy tournament for someone like him, an ICU nurse, to make it onto the high roller scene, win a World Poker Tour, and now all of a sudden become somewhat of a regular in these high rollers.
Yeah, certainly a regular now. You know, hopefully we're going to see him play many more of these in the future. He already played the 25K. Here he is at the 50K final table as well, so 2 impressive scores early on at this World Series of Poker. With the way that things are going for him, you know, I can see him firing a couple 100Ks coming up. Maybe he gets in that 250K, but he's always a blast to watch. He's certainly not afraid to put his chips in, gamble it up a bit, as they like to say.
Here he is coming in with the raise of the King-Queen offsuit. Shorr looking down at Ace-10 suited in the small blinds. Given his stack size, just over 10 big blinds, we might be looking at a quick all-in here. Feels pretty standard, Donnie, to get involved here.
Oh, yeah. 40% of a royal flush, man. Got to go all in. That's the rule.
Too bad that Schutten has one of his outs for that royal flush. What's sort of the weakest hand, Donnie, you think you could be shoving here profitably?
I mean, it's hard to say, just only because I don't know how Schutten plays.
How much is it?
The little that I have seen him play, seems to open things up a bit. So I think you can jam, I mean, a lot of pairs, of course. I think you can jam a lot of suited aces.
5.
Sure, all
Probably king, queen suited. I don't know if I would jam king, jack suited.
2.8.
I don't know if I would jam king, queen off.
3.150.
3.150. The chip count is spot on here. Schutten with king, queen, having a real decision here.
I think he's going to call.
I mean, by what you described him as, and given that he is not a poker professional, I think he might be more willing to, you know, take some risks and play some big pots. Even though I think it's safe to assume that king queen offsuit is not going to be ahead here too often.
No, king queen offsuit. I mean king jack offsuit. There he is.
There it is. There's the call. All in a call. Immediate showdown here for the tournament life of Shannon Shorr. 61%, not too bad. I think he'll be happy to see that Schutten turns over king queen offsuit. But still, like I said on yesterday's broadcast, ace high versus king high. It's a very tough one to win here. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for at this final table today as we look at the flop to see if Shannon Shorr can stay alive. Ace in the window is beautiful.
Bingo.
There's a queen and a deuce. Plenty of outs still. 5 to be exact for Schutten to send Shorr to the rail. Let's see if he can catch one on the turn. Shorr well ahead now to secure a double up. 9 on the turn, doesn't change a thing. 5 outs for Schutten to send Shorr to the rail, or he will secure a very quick double up here.
What's that?
I'm a little nervous.
You don't look nervous, Shannon.
Just gotta breathe through it.
Oh, Jack on the river.
Got that paint.
The paint,
Scary paint.
the paint scared Shannon, but he does receive a much-needed double up. And this immediately changes the dynamics at this final table drastically, as Schutten, who does remain the chip leader, is now very close to Punsri with Shorr in third place. Look at this! Look at this replay.
Yeah,
Shorr was definitely nervous. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for, where you're watching from, what you're drinking. Donnie and I are still in the coffee hour over here in Las Vegas, but it's good to have everyone with us here again today watching after we did a long stream yesterday on our secondary bonus coverage stream of the housewarming final table. Today we're back on the mothership, which of course feels amazing.
We must have done an all right job yesterday if they let us come back on this thing today.
Maybe they missed it. Maybe they just missed it.
I mean, these chips are just great. All the chipsets that I see, just boom, super vibrant, brand spanking new.
What are we dealing with here as far as the denominations, Donnie?
Good question.
I'm
guessing the greens are 25Ks because they've been 25Ks in other tournaments, and then those baby blues there, those Carolinas, are probably 100K.
Action folds to Shorr on the button, who has ace queen offsuit.
10 seconds.
Good start here for
Raise to 500.
Shannon. Gets that double up, now picks up ace queen.
Chewy, very short stacked. Only has 700K behind. Nice new glasses for Chewy, by the way. I like the look.
Remember when he had the crazy hair and beard?
Yeah, and you know the toe sock shoes and
Oh yeah,
yoga poker.
he's gone through quite an evolution of sorts.
Jonathan Navarro.
Changes.
Jonathan Navarro says raspberry iced tea. Sounds great. Never had that before.
Wow. I used to drink way too much iced tea back in the
Like
day.
sugared iced tea?
Like, you know, Arizona iced tea, stuff like that. Like stuff that you buy in the store in a can.
Right.
Like, you know.
I love iced tea.
Now I pretty much drink water and coffee.
You're a robot. Robot Donnie.
Trying to be. The more robotic, the better.
There it is. A look at the Storm X chips in play. The greens are indeed 25Ks, and the blue ones, the Carolinas, as Donnie calls them, are the 100Ks. Beautiful chip set. Absolutely stunning stuff. There's no better feeling than having some new chips in your hand. action on Punsri, who has ace-5 off, kicks him into the muck. Peter sitting on just over 10 big blinds, gives up the 9-8 suited. Dolly Parton here for Shorr, also to the muck. I wonder if Chewy's gonna get funky here, but he lets these go with just shy of 3 big blinds.
Chewy's in one of those spots where he's too short.
Yeah.
You know, like you get short, right? And you can kind of jam a little bit wider at times. But then once you get too short, you know you're going to get called, so you have to have something that you figure to have decent equity with. It's a tough spot.
Look here at Brek Schutten, a part-time ICU nurse from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He won the 2021 WT Seminole Hard Rock Showdown and attended Calvin College.
Does anyone know where Calvin College is?
I was just going to say, I'm sure
Googling it right now.
I'm sure Norman Chad knows what kind of mascot they have.
Calvin University, formerly Calvin College, is a private university in Grand Rapids, Michigan, founded in 1876.
Wow. Some history there.
This sounds like the school I went to be honest.
Little history lesson here. For the people wondering, my name is Remko Rinkema, joined by Donnie Peters. You can follow us on Twitter as well, at Remko Rinkema and at Donnie_Pizza.
No. Donnie_Peters.
You should really change it to Donnie Pizza. That'd be really funny. Schutten in the small blind, attacking the big blind of Punsri. Attacking it with the limp, I should say. I just assumed he was
Yeah, I was
going to raise.
confused why you said.
It's a very strong attack there with the limp.
No, it's a good spot to limp in.
Check.
For our first giveaway on the stream, if we hit 300 likes on the video, we'll give away a Phil Hellmuth Positivity T-shirt.
Bang.
So let's hit 300 likes on the video, and we'll give away a Phil Hellmuth Positivity T-shirt. This is a 1-hour free preview of our PokerGO action. On the main station, it's Jeff Platt and Jamie Kerstetter on the call. If you prefer to listen to them, which I think many of you might do, go ahead on over there right now. There's also live chat available on PokerGO. Click on the player on the front page, and you'll be entered into the live chat.
Check.
Check, check.
Schutten taking this one down.
3 big blinds in the middle. Schutten rakes them in. Donnie, what do you think about the fact that when we see a high roller final table like this at the World Series of Poker, the structure is generally pretty fast? Do you think that's because the players enjoy playing these types of structures, or do you think that's just the way the tournament evolves? And would you prefer to see, you know, much deeper stacks at a final table like this?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, I think that things evolve throughout the tournament that gets us to a point where the play moves along fairly fast. But I also think the structures are built that way because that's what these players want. You know, they want 2 to 3 day events. They want them over quickly, right? And you know, looking at the stuff that we host at the PokerGO studio right down the street all the time, those are 2-day events, in and out. You know, and players keep showing up. So if the players stop showing up, or even if the players just voice their concern, then I'm sure we would adjust. I'm sure the World Series of Poker would adjust. But this is very much, you know, what these guys want to do. They want to get in, they want to gamble, they want to play for big money, and they want to do it fast.
Fast money for these guys, for sure. T. Berg is watching from Frankfurt, Germany, drinking apple wine. Have you ever had apple wine?
I've never even heard of apple wine.
That sounds amazing.
Very quiet.
I love apples and I love wine, so how can it be bad? Seems like a perfect combination. Thanks to everyone tuning in and chiming in the chat. Lots of love for Shannon Shorr so far. I wonder if...
Jake is being his usual talkative self here, chatting at the table.
Yeah. Start beatboxing or something.
Yeah.
Hope Jones is correctly stating that Peters is going for a second bracelet in 7 days, which would be an incredible accomplishment, and also, of course, really helping his case for Player of the Year. Magician is asking, is this the same stream as they are showing on PokerGO? Yes, it is. The only difference is that the professional commentators are on PokerGO. Donnie and I are running this free preview to get you guys excited for all the content that we have going on PokerGO, not only now, but also throughout the rest of the year, while Schutten comes in with a race to 500K. And Punsri gives up the ace-9 offsuit on the button here. Schutten has been picking up pots left and right after doubling up Shannon Shorr, and is quickly grinding his way back up to the stack that he had at the start of the final table. Feels like it's a bit of a sleepy vibe here. Players at the table are cracking their necks and trying to make sure they're awake and focused as we look at the players that were eliminated from 9 down to 6. Sean Winter lost the flip against Schutten with 9s versus ace-jack. Sammartino outkicked by Peters, ace-deuce versus ace-jack. And then Michael Rocco dominated by Schindler with ace-king versus ace-jack to send him to the rail. First giveaway is going to be when we hit 300 likes on today's broadcast. I feel like the chat's also a little bit sleepy, Donnie. Last night we had lots of exciting chatter going on.
I don't even know what time it is.
It's the World Series of Poker, and no one knows what day it is anymore, as Schutten comes in with the raise, and lucky Chewy goes for it with a 10-9 suited and just happens to stumble into the jack-10 of Schutten.
That's just brutal.
Dominated.
Not an ideal matchup, but not a bad hand.
This hand's been hot, though.
Has it been
against you?
I mean, this is one of those spots we were talking about earlier. You know,
the red version.
Chewy needs to find a hand that he figures to have some equity with.
The
10-9
pointy
isn't the
red.
greatest hand.
Like 2 big
That
blinds.
said, a lot of the stuff that Schutten is opening with, Chewy with the 10-9 of clubs is going to have good equity against. You know, a lot of aces, a lot of kings,
club.
stuff like that.
A jack of
It
clubs
just so
would
happens
be
that Schutten has the old
maybe
jack 10 of spades and is crushing it. Like, what are you going to do?
Queen 5-10 on the flop. Both players hit a pair, but that is not
Any
what's
old
going to
9
help
would be too.
Chewy. He needs a 9 or running straight cards.
That's a fun
Oh,
card.
that's a card for you.
It's a fun
That
one.
changes things.
more 9s.
In
Straight flush? Straight flush?
It is possible.
Straight flush?
Put a jack of clubs out there. Let's see if Chewy can survive here as he's all in for his tournament life. Five of
Here,
spades
man.
is
Wait, game.
not going to do it,
Oh, shit.
but he does chop. So Chewy stays in the tournament.
I wasn't
5
even
pairs the
thinking
board.
about chops.
I was just about to say it, and then he pulled it over.
Why would we know how to read the board?
Chop, chop.
That's a great point. Other people do that for you.
I'm seeing some love for last night's stream in the chat. Appreciate everyone who was hanging with us on that 7-hour stream. And of course, that epic, epic final hand as we look at Chewy's reaction after chopping to stay alive in the tournament.
What?
So glad you guys
That aces versus ace-3, Donnie. Probably one of the best hands of the summer so far.
I mean, that was just, that run out was out of control. Out of control.
Thomas Kaufman says, I'm from Trier. I'm trying to pronounce this properly. Not sure if I'm doing a good job at it. Also drinking apple wine. So it's an apple wine kind of night, Donnie. I think I'm going to have to drive to the nearest liquor store and find myself some apple wine.
I don't even know what apple wine is. I just don't.
But yes, it was a brutal ending of last night's stream.
Googling apple wine.
For those that missed it, short stack Jared Kingery was all in with aces versus the, I believe it was ace-3 offsuit of the chip leader.
Well, I don't even know what this word
The
is.
flop came ace-high, and it was a four club run out
25.
to give his opponent the win. Are you going to make it yourself?
No, definitely not going to make it myself.
Donnie is Googling how to make apple wine.
No, I just Googled apple wine, and the first thing that came up is homemade apple wine.
Still haven't hit 300 likes yet. It's a little slow in the chat streets. Maybe I should
Wake up, people. Let's go.
Maybe I should wake up and maybe I should stand up and provide some more energy as we look at as we watch this 50K high roller final table. Short considering something here with Jack-9 offsuit, full well knowing that Chewy is still very, very short, and this is like the nuts for Chewy on the button, finding ace-5 of spades. That is the best that he could have hoped for.
525.
Let's see what Schutten's going to do. He makes the quick call. Oh, my God. Ace-queen suited.
Wow.
When things go well for you, they go well for you, and Schutten
Big hands early.
claims that once
I
more.
see that.
And Chewy is outkicked once again.
The last open
But he
hand
has some
ten.
equity there with that wheel draw.
They keep coming.
When you're hot, you're hot.
No. It's not hard to be hot at this table.
No, it's not.
Let's
You
see what
also
the
have
flop
quite a
brings.
warm,
Yeah, it's
hoodie
true.
of sorts on.
Jack,
Always.
4-6. Backdoor straight and backdoor flush draws for
Three
Chewy.
of spades.
Gotta love the back doors.
But if he
Something
doesn't hit
absurd.
that, he's
Yeah,
going to need a
seems-
5 to survive.
Seems like
Appropriate.
yeah.
King of clubs eliminates both backdoor draws, and now Chewy is looking for one of the remaining 3 5s in the deck to stay alive, or otherwise we'll be down to the final 5. 8
Okay,
on
guys.
the river, and that spells the end for Andrew Lichtenberger. One of the fan favorites, always at the World Series of Poker,
player,
taking
man.
home just
too,
shy
man.
of $250,000
You too.
for finishing in 6th place. He was the short stack coming into the day. He could not manage to mount a comeback, and we are down to the final 5. Chewy's just so easy to root for. It's a real shame to see him go. Ooh, the guitars, some drums. Love to listen to that. Here's a look at the chip counts. Brek Schutten back up to over 10 million. That's where he started. That's where he's at right now. Punnat Punsri has not played a significant hand yet, sitting on 7.1 million. Followed by Shannon Shorr, who got the quick double up, and then Schindler and Peters near the bottom of the chip counts. As we are playing for a lot of money, Donnie. The next player to be eliminated gets $326,000. And then that pay jump.
That's right.
436. Man, there's a lot of money at stake here.
We get someone yelling at us in the chat for denying children watching the Poker World Cup. I don't know what that means. That person has had way too much apple wine.
In general, I tried to ignore the trolls, but that was a
No,
that was a pretty good one.
no. If they're gonna come at us, we're coming at them, and we're coming at them harder.
Tim Duckworth is on his way to CVS to buy us some apple wine.
Can he buy us a coffee?
Yeah, can anyone bring us a iced coffee? That'd be great. Schindler, meanwhile,
Just 2 black iced coffees, please.
Schindler looking
Thank
at
you.
black queens after a race from shore to 500K. A lot of sort of tiptoeing and dancing around with how big the blinds and antes are. Every hand extremely significant to the player's stacks. ICM
1.2.
implications, of course, huge with Peters and Schindler on the shorter side of things.
2.
Schindler just never looks like he has any sort of emotion. He's just very stoic the whole time. He's the same. Never shows really anything positive. Never really shows anything negative.
Oh wait, we hit 300 likes. Time to give
Boom.
away. Time to give away a T-shirt. All right, let us know in the chat. Who do you want to see win today at this final table? Let us know who you want to see win. Every single person that submits a response will be in the random draw for a T-shirt giveaway. So please send in your best guess or just the player who you would like to see win. And in a few minutes, we'll do a random raffle for the Phil Hellmuth Positivity T-shirt.
Shannon's sporting a new haircut. Little buzz cut.
Little buzz cut, yeah. I'm not used. I'm not used to it yet. Lots of love for Peters. Schindler getting lots of love too. Shorr coming in third for now. If I'm looking at the chat.
10 seconds.
Probably a shove here.
Raise
Yep.
all in.
Maximum pressure from Punsri on Peters, who is now down to below 10 big blinds. Ooh, soothing music here as we look at the beautiful Paris Casino on the Las Vegas Strip. Just a little reminder here, PokerGO Hold'em is here and available, free to play online poker, available on your favorite devices. Scan the QR code right now or go to your App Store or Play Store on whatever devices you are using. Free to play always, and there's always a game for you.
You can also go to PokerGoHold'em.com
There you go.
if you want.
If you want to play it on your browser, the free to get to play game while you watch all these live streams. All right, after this hand, we'll do the draw. So I'll give you guys one more hand to send in your
Get those guesses in. Let's go.
Guesses for the T-shirt.
It's the only way you can enter the giveaway. Fire a guess into the chat. Brek here just catching cards. I mean,
Raise to 500.
ace-8 off 5-handed. It's a very good hand.
Beautiful. Punsri is sort of caught here.
Oh, here we go.
But this seems to me like an all-in spot for David Peters. Just shy of 10 big blinds here. Looking at King Jack suited in the small blind.
Seconds.
He might just
1.7.
he might just commit with the raise, and he does.
This is one of those spots the high rollers have implemented much more recently, where with Shannon Shorr behind David Peters won't put all of his chips in case there's a situation where Shorr goes all in and then Schutten also goes all in. Peters can possibly get away from it and hope to ladder up, which at this stage of the tournament is worth quite a bit of money. We have one of those spots that could happen right now.
I was going to say, what do you think about Shorr's spot here? Of course, ace-jack suited, a premium hand. Schutten has been playing a lot of hands. And he makes the call, Donnie. How do you feel about that?
I think that's the right play. I mean, I think Schutten should throw his hand in now. I mean, ace-8 up against two players is not going to have a lot of equity.
And here we
especially ace-8 offsuit.
Here we might see a blind shove from Peters.
Yeah, I mean, this money's going in at this point.
Doesn't seem like he has many ways out of this hand. Oh, Jack in the window here. Jack, 3, 8, all spades. Both players make top pair. Quick all-in and a call. Peters probably very happy to see that flop, but absolutely dominated here by Shannon Shorr. He's looking for one of the 3 remaining kings in the deck to stay alive in this event, or otherwise we will be down to the final 4 very quickly. Over 5 million in the middle. Very important pot for both players. But Shannon Shorr is a commanding lead to bring us down to 4. 8 on the turn.
Brek Schutten would have made trips.
Oh my God.
When you're hot, you got to stay in the game. Peters looking for a king and a king only. He could chop with a jack or an 8.
Or a chop is still possible, Donnie.
Yeah, but to win the hand.
To win the hand. Ace on the river doesn't do it. David Peters eliminated in 5th place. And Shannon Shorr is off to a really hot start at this final table as Peters collects $326,000 for his effort and a fair amount of World Series of Poker Player of the Year points after his earlier win just a few days ago. So Peters probably is going to continue to play these events at the World Series of Poker to keep himself near the top of the leaderboard for the World Series of Poker Player of the Year honors, while Shannon Shorr is now one step closer to winning his first ever World Series of Poker gold bracelet. Here's a look at the chip counts. Brek Schutten down to just below 10 million as Tim Duckworth brings in the apple wine.
Listen, okay, these straws gotta go. The paper straws. No, I don't. No, we're not reading the chip counts. People can look at them. Okay, these paper straws have to go.
Oh my God,
have to go.
I'm not a big straw guy myself, anyway.
I mean, these specific paper straws, they just get soggy in your coffee. The whole thing about like saving the environment because the straws are killing the stuff in the sea is a bit bogus. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, you watch a lot of documentaries on that. It's bogus. How about you go after the fishing industry for dropping all those nets out there and killing all the fish that way?
I love how we are 30 minutes into a $50,000 high roller final table stream, and the first thing Donnie Peters gets worked up about are straws. Paper straws, ladies and gentlemen. Paper straws.
Well, what is this straw? Starbucks has started implementing like straws made of recycled material.
Right.
And they're very good material. They hold form. They don't break down like these straight up paper straws.
I love it.
The paper straws gotta go. Got to go.
When I buy those 6-packs of cans, the soda waters and stuff, I do always make sure that I cut those because the turtles otherwise get stuck in them.
Yeah, turtles, seagulls, all that sort of stuff. You certainly have to cut that.
You have to cut the plastic things.
It's very smart.
Schindler all in here with ace-jack after a raise from Punsri. holding ace-7 suited. Schindler well ahead here. Let's see what Punsri does. Also for a large portion of his stack.
Jimmy Bluffett reminded you to pull a name for the giveaway.
Oh, damn.
So we can do it after this hand.
After this hand, we'll pull a name for the giveaway. Cindy says, is this the final straw?
It might be. I might jump off this balcony.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull a name. I'll pull a name. Donnie, does Punsri have a real decision here, given that we have lost the 2 short stacks? Or is a7 of hearts just not strong enough?
I mean, I think ultimately it's a fold. Punsri may not be known to some of the poker fans out there, some of our audience watching, but he does play quite a bit of the high roller tournaments. He plays a lot of stuff at Venetian when, you know, PGT events are there. He has played in the studio as well. So has some experience likely playing with Schindler. You know, so he's probably aware that Schindler could be taking advantage of a spot here with some wider holdings. Ultimately decides to let it go.
Stacks are drawing closer together here at this final table. Punsri and Schindler now only a few big blinds apart, while Schutten and Shorr are battling for that top spot. Time for me to do the random draw for the Phil Hellmuth Positivity t-shirt. And the winner is Keith Offenlock with the orange K as his avatar. Keith Offenlock. Congratulations. He guessed Shannon Shorr for the win. I wholeheartedly support rooting for Shannon Shorr, who does not have a gold bracelet yet. So Keith, send a DM to PokerGO on Twitter, twitter.com/PokerGO. Send us a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube account so we can verify that it's really you. And then we will send you a t-shirt after, of course, you let us know what size you want. On that note, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like the video. I would say if we hit 1,000 likes, we'll give away a free month of PokerGO action.
Love it. And don't forget to subscribe to PokerGO if you want to continue watching. Remember, this is only a 1-hour free preview. Once it ends, you'll have to head on over to PokerGO or fire up PokerGO on your favorite device. Use promo code GETWSOP30 for $30 off the annual price. Our best deal of the year, Remko. Less than $6 a month. Lock it in now because it is only available for a limited time.
And much better than paper straws.
Much better than paper straws.
$30.
I don't even know where he got this coffee.
I know. I haven't even seen coffee like this here. It's
no top on it. Paper straws. Maybe he got it from like downstairs in production. Who knows?
It's beautiful.
Tim Duckworth working his magic. I wonder if he got it from the King's Lounge. They have like secret coffee back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, the high rollers. You got to treat them nice.
Meanwhile, on one of the outer tables, the $1,500 Limit Hold'em event is down to its final 10. And Joe McKeon, 2015 main event champion Joe McKeon, is second in chips. Would be cool to see him win another bracelet here at the World Series of Poker.
Ezo said, what'd I miss? Well, you missed Andrew, Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger, busting in 6th place. Then you missed David Peters, busting in 5th place. Leaving us with 4 players here. Shannon Shorr was one of the shorter stacks to return, but has run it up and is now the chip leader of this tournament, although close in chips to Brek Schutten. And then it's Punsri and Schindler.
Peter Harrison is asking, what's the promo code again?
Get WSOP30. GET WSOP 30. All one word. $30 off an annual subscription. We also have monthly and quarterly plans available if you guys want to dive in that way. But just remember that Get WSOP 30 will lock in the best price you can get, less than $6 a month. It's only available on the annual plan. Here we go. Here's a look at the Limit Hold'em out there.
Oh, beautiful. Just calling it, and we get to see it right away. Joe McKeon there on the right-hand side of your screen. Lee Watkinson also at this final table, or is that Lee Markholt?
No, that is Lee Markholt. In seat 4, we have Nick Papillo. On the right from where we're looking of Joe McKeon is Steve Wolanski. You have Yuki Rich Zhu in seat 9 there. 10-handed Limit Hold'em. Must be absolute torture. But hey.
I always get my Lees confused. Lee Watkinson and Lee Markholt? They even look similar.
Lee Watkinson's pretty much not around anymore.
Oh, okay.
Lee Markholt, though, is he doesn't play a ton of tournaments, mostly a cash game guy. He's actually always somebody that I kind of was like, you know, he's very well respected, at least in my mind, because he was always traveling the circuit, but not necessarily to play the tournaments. He mostly traveled to go where all the cash games would go, which, you know, I mean, true grinder, making his living in the game. I like to see that.
Aaron GN is asking, is this live? I hope that confirms your question. Eights for Punsri here against the 9-6 suited of Shannon Shorr. Queen 3-4 on the board. Rainbow flop, backdoor draws still out there. Punsri's eights remain in the lead. Shorr going over the numbers. Probably dreaming about the 5 of hearts on the turn.
Shorr recently became a new dad.
I think Shannon Shorr is probably a really good dad. He's one of the
Well,
kindest.
I don't know. He's playing poker right now.
Well,
I mean,
hey,
he's a dad, bro. He's playing poker.
You got to put him through college somehow. Shorr with the raise here. 2 backdoor draws, applying pressure on Punsri. Punsri has a pair. It's not the biggest pair.
10 seconds.
Punsri makes the call. Shorr now back to thinking really hard about the 5 of hearts.
I believe Shannon Shorr turned 37 yesterday.
Happy birthday, Shannon Shorr. Ace of clubs on the turn removes those backdoor draws from Shorr's arsenal. Punsri likely going into check call mode at this point. Donnie, do you think that the ace of clubs here on the turn is a good reason for Shorr to keep firing?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good card for him.
Gilbert Rodriguez is asking, did D-Nex cash in this? No, he did not.
Has D-Nex cashed at all? I know he had a bounty in the 100K.
Queen of Hearts completes the board after the turn goes check, check. Perhaps a Shorr shutting down a little bit here.
But I mean, once Shorr shuts down on the turn, given that board and then the board pairing on the river, I think he's fully shut down, not doing anything.
Do you think that the thought of maybe Punsri having an ace in his range makes him want to slow down, but now that the queen pops up, he can regain control of this hand by representing the queen on the flop?
550.
Bet 550.
Scratch.
No, I'm a little bit surprised about this bet here.
Scratch that. Punsri leads for 550 and Shorr lets it go immediately.
I mean, it's an interesting spot from a bet from a value perspective because it's hard to see him getting called by worse. So is he turning those eights into a bluff as opposed to checking and trying to catch a bluff from Shorr? But hey, these guys are at a 50K final table. I am not. I don't even have 50K. I don't even have 5K. Just looking over Shannon Shorr's Hendon Mob, he does have a second place finish in a World Series of Poker event way back in 2008. Seems like ages ago in a 2K no limit hold'em event. They don't even have that tournament anymore.
Who was at that final table? I'm very curious.
Who was at that final table? I will look it up right now. Matt Keoken won.
Okay.
Carter Gill.
Wow.
Theo Tran, an unknown player who had his name removed. Chris Bjorn. JC Tran. Alex Bolleton. I mean, this is a pretty stacked final table.
That is a stacked final table. 2008 feels like 20 years ago.
Shorr has another second place finish from 2019 in a 5K no limit hold'em event.
Was that the Maria Ho final table?
Interestingly, Shorr's second place from 2008 in the 2K no limit hold'em event is about, I don't know, 100K more, 75K more in prize money than the second place in the 5K.
Wow.
Just shows you, you know, what poker was back in 2008 in the golden days of poker when everything was blowing up, money was falling from the ceiling. Yeah, Daniel Strelitz beat Shannon Shorr heads up in that 5K.
But Maria Ho was also there,
Maria Ho came in 5th.
I'm so happy that I remembered that. Punsri here with the raise from the button to 500K. Schindler defending the big blind with ace-6 offsuit. By the way, reminder to the chat, if we hit 1,000 likes, I'm giving away a free month of PokerGO action, meaning you can watch most of the World Series of Poker action leading into the main event.
Smash that like button. Let's go.
7-9 queen on the flop.
Is that the diaper or the dirty diaper? What?
I think this is the diaper. The
diaper.
dirty diaper is offsuit.
Got it. I
Speaking
always get confused.
Speaking of Rigby, he already tweeted that he's coming back for the main event.
I would hope so.
I cannot wait.
How much money did he win last time? 300K, something like that.
I think so.
I mean, come on, man. You have to come back.
10 seconds.
If you guys are enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. We release daily highlights from the 2022 World Series of Poker on our YouTube channel.
He only cashed for 136K. 52nd place. I thought he went much deeper. I mean, not that 52nd place is not deep. It's obviously very deep in the main event.
I think he was chip leader on the day that he busted.
Well, and then he started playing 3-deuce like a madman.
Well, that's also what got him there.
I know. It really was a great run. Great story. I don't think anyone's, or at least I can't recall anyone that has put a hand on the map in more recent years like Nicholas Rigby did with the 3-deuce.
I mean, the way he bluffed that poor gentleman off his kings is just one of the most epic hands of the last few years. So, you know, you can have your hand, you can have your bit about your hand, but if you then also put it into practice in the way that he did on the main stage of the main event, then that's what gives you all the credit. So all the credit to Nicholas Rigby. He announced it, he called his shot, and then he went for it, and it worked, and it made for some epic TV. I'd like to address Crikey 1337. He said, much more fun back then. People would have talked on final tables. Nowadays, everyone has the same blank stares and always quiet. Crikey, I wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. Back in the day, all you would see was a 40-minute highlight package of a 10-hour final table. So, of course, you're seeing all the table talk and chatter. Of course, that was much more exciting. But every single final table these days also has those exciting moments. And sure, every now and then you might get a quieter final table. Not everyone has the same personality. And of course, the level of play has gone up, so you might lose some of the characters. But we cannot forget that the way poker is being shown with these live streams has drastically changed the perception of the game. And it drastically changes how you consume the game. We have all the World Series of Poker Classic episodes available on PokerGO. And every now and then when I'm having a lazy Sunday, I put some of those old broadcasts on TV, and they are only 40 minutes, 45 minutes of an entire 9 or 10 hour final table. So then you also only get the highlights, and it heavily skews the way that you see the game. If we just watched recently Scott Seaver versus Phil Hellmuth on High Stakes Duel, that was a constant waterfall of talking the entire time. We had some funny bits as well in some of our recent final tables here at the World Series of Poker. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of emphasize that because things are not as bad as you make it sound. Meanwhile, we've arrived on the river here. Schutten has Queen 7. Punsri snaps him off on the river with that pair of 9s. Drawing the field that much closer together once more. Schindler now the only one separated from the front pack here. Ness says final tables need more cowboy hats like back in the day. I mean, now you're talking about the 90s and the 80s. Or Dan Smith, of course. Dan Smith representing for all the cowboy hat fans. Tim Duckworth is explaining how he got us a coffee. Was that supposed to be a text to us, or is he inviting everyone to go and grab one there? Oh, dirty diaper! Here it is. Shannon Shorr, come on.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna fold.
What a missed opportunity here. Schindler gives up pocket 4s. That's a fold that not many people might make because he clearly is hoping to pick up some blinds and antes, but I guess the small pocket pairs are not as strong as they look, Donnie.
Yeah, I would have shoved. I think I probably would have shoved.
Schutten limps, but does not get to see a flop as Punsri puts in a raise.
How are we doing on likes?
Poorly. 500 right now.
Gosh, come on, guys.
We are approaching the final quarter of this free preview stream as we get a look at the PokerGO shop in the Paris main hallway. If you want to get the coolest poker merch, it is all available right there at the PokerGO shop, presented by Run Good Gear. You can also scan the QR code. And then a little shout out here to our Discord channel, discord.gg/PokerGO. Strategy, watch parties, giveaways, and much more ongoing on a daily basis. So if you want to join our PokerGO community, head on over to discord.gg/PokerGO and grab some merch while you're out here in Las Vegas. We have those cool Helmet Positivity t-shirts. We have No Gamble, No Future merch. I believe we have some high-stakes poker stuff. There's lots of stuff to try out.
Father's Day is coming up. Get your dad something.
Yeah.
If you're a dad, get yourself something.
Shop.pokergo.com.
We know all dads love poker.
There should be a promo code DAD.
Maybe I'll create it.
10% off.
I'll probably give it a little bit more.
More?
10%.
20?
10% is not that much.
20?
Probably 20 or 30.
Can you make it,
I don't know.
Can you make it right now?
I'm not going to make it right now.
Stay tuned. Keep trying. Keep trying DAD at the checkout. Maybe
I don't even know when Father's Day is.
Maybe Donnie will.
I just know it's coming up.
We'll activate it.
June 19th. Oh, we got plenty of time.
Oh.
I can't make it right now.
3 days remaining.
No, 11 days.
Shorr with 8-3 offsuit here against Punsri's 4-3 offsuit. Really a battle of the blind as far as the hands go. Thanks to everyone tuning in right now. We do appreciate it as we are in the middle of this 1 hour free preview of the 50K No Limit Hold'em High Roller Final Table. Action will continue at the end of this hour on PokerGO with commentary provided by Jeff Platt and Jamie Kerstetter. They are also live right now, so if you want to switch already, make the switch early, you can do so. We have more exciting action coming up on PokerGO in the next few days. A quick look at the schedule here. We have the 10K Omaha 8 or Better Championship Final Table on Friday. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be some superstars there. Punnat Punsri now in the Chipley with 10.9 million. Shannon Shorr and Brek Schutten basically tied there for second place with Jake Schindler coming up the rear with 4.1 million. As blinds are still at 125 to 50K. Liking these vibes, Donnie.
I was going to say, who chooses the music? They're pretty good.
I think producer Zach
Pretty good at their job.
Schutten here looking down at King 10 offsuit as I go glance back over at the schedule. 25K PLO streaming on Sunday, followed by the 10K Limit Hold'em Championship on Tuesday. Then we have the 50K PLO High Roller on Wednesday and the 10K Limit Deuce to 7 Triple Draw on Thursday, June 16th. So tons of high stakes action coming to you and tons more action later in the summer as well.
3.9.
Schutten opens up here with King 10 off. Punsri with Ace Queen off. Puts in a time extension chip as he thinks it over from the button. My guess is a 3-bet is coming. Just sizing up the stacks.
All in.
All in. As Remko would say, maximum pressure.
Maximum pressure, all you can eat, baby. Punsri with the shove. A few quick folds, and he picks up another pot to extend his chip
I
lead.
gave you a timeout.
Yeah, you gave it.
Magician is asking, does Barry Greenstein still play? Yes, he does. We saw him
here.
We saw him in a bunch of events already.
He's out there grinding. Robin Hood of poker, as they say. Ace on the River. Wrote a book once.
Great book, actually. I read that back in probably '06 when I was first getting into poker.
I did not read that book. I own the book. I did not read it.
Punnat Punsri, WSB by the numbers. Only 4 cashes to date and only $76,000 in total earnings. So he's going to add a whole pile of money to his total WSOP earnings. Kopi is asking, where do we watch the main? I believe we're going to have 10 or 11 days straight of WSOP main event coverage on PokerGO.
We're going to have a lot.
Let me just say this. I don't care how you feel about PokerGO, but if it wasn't for this entire production staff and everything that is going on in this building right now, we would not have this incredible coverage of the main event in particular. You know, you can love or hate other shows that we do, but if you love the game of poker, the main event is the pinnacle, and the main event is the one thing that if I was not working this event, would just basically take 10 days off, you know, situate myself on the couch with some chips and some popcorn, and watch every single minute of that broadcast, because it's just going to be phenomenal once again. I've recently been rewatching some of the Corey Aldemir footage, and man, the main event always gets me hyped up. Meanwhile, Punsri with the raise to 500K with pocket threes. Schindler with the shove, holding King 10 suited. I think this one is going to get through.
3.6.
Shout out to Jimmy Bluffett, one of our valued moderators in the chat. Main event, by the way, Donnie. Still a 10K buy-in. With all this inflation, we might see a big uptick in players.
Listen, WSOP Executive Director Ty Stewart said in the press conference he thinks, oh, we got a call here. He thinks it'll be the largest WSOP main event ever.
All in on a call. Threes against King 10 suited. Schindler moving his head back and forth, perhaps questioning how he ended up in this spot, all in against the threes. But Punsri is taking a stab here to bring this tournament.
Does not, like, he's here to put his chips in.
I love it. Probably wearing a very fancy cashmere sweater. Really nice watch. This guy is here to play, and I'm here for it. Let's see if Schindler can survive, or otherwise we're down to 3. 10 right there in the middle of the flop, giving Schindler a big lead. Only 2 outs right now for Punsri. And no backdoor draws either. Jack on the turn, still looking for a 3 to send Schindler to the rail. Let's see the river card. Let's find out if Schindler stays in the tournament. 4. Close but no cigar. Jake Schindler doubles up, and Punsri takes a hit. The stacks could not be any closer together now.
Takes a hit, but still in the chip lead. You guys can see the chips at the top of the screen. Brek Schutten is now the short stack, although close to Shorr, and pretty close to Schindler as well. Almost at 600 likes, everyone. Don't forget, if we had 1,000 likes, Remko's giving away a free monthly subscription to PokerGO.
Ooh, there's the bombastic music. Love to hear it. Here's a look at the chip counts. 8.4 million down to 6.5 million. The stacks are tight, the stacks are close, and it's anyone's game here at the final table of event 12, the 50K no limit hold'em high roller. 85 total entries, by the way. 16 places did get paid in this event. You can see some of the names that finished in the money. Dario Sammartino already working on a very strong World Series of Poker, as well as David Peters, who we just lost from this final table. We have about 7 minutes left here on the free preview before we kick it on over to Jeff Platt and Jamie Kirstetter on the PokerGO broadcast.
For those that want to keep watching on PokerGO, use the promo code GETWSOP30 for $30 off an annual subscription. Shorr comes in here with the raise to 500K with ace-6 off. Attacking from under the gun.
Probably good to emphasize to all the complainers in the chat that if you sign up for PokerGO, you do not only get to watch this final table, but everything else that we have to offer, including a full new season of high-stakes poker. We have tons of high-stakes tournament action coming up as well after the World Series of Poker, so you will not be bored for even 1 second if you love the game of poker. And of course, more high-stakes duel action, Donnie. We have a $1.6 million match where Scott Seaver, after Scott Seaver lost to Phil Hellmuth, and you know, I'm going to just go out on a limb here and assume that Seaver is going to re-challenge, and we're going to see that $1.6 million match at some point after the WSOP.
I think it's a pretty good assumption. I can't see Seaver backing down.
On this very kind request from Muda Mama, who says, please, Mr. Commentator, a free month subscription.
Well, I think Muda Mama was the one saying we're denying the children watching the Poker World Cup earlier.
Are we really?
So Muda Mama, you got to be nicer. You can't come in here yelling at us about denying children things and then asking for favors later on. This is not how this works.
I almost graciously donated to the community, but Donnie just put a halt to that.
No. There's no donating here.
Meanwhile, 275 bet on the flop, and to the turn we go. 3 diamonds on the flop. Ace of clubs hits the turn, giving Shorr top pair. Very interesting spot here. As Punsri check called the flop. Brendan is asking, with the annual purchase, are there any ads in the program? No, there are not. No ads. No ads on PokerGO other than...
Yeah, you're basically watching the ad version right now, the free version.
Yeah.
We got to pay the bills somehow. But if you subscribe to PokerGO,
1.05.
you get the A-team.
Did I just hear him say 1.5?
You did. 1.05.
Wow, did Punsri just snap grab chips there to make a move, or is he just aggressively counting out how much he has left? Did you see that? He was like...
Yeah, I think the latter, though. I think he
seemed ready for something.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Punsri he wants to put chips in the pot all the time. He's ready to go. He does give it up here.
For Lucas, who's asking how long the promo code will work. It will work until the end of the World Series of Poker. Shorr rakes
and we don't know when we're going to run it again.
Facts.
With the $30 off. So if you want to lock in that price, do it now.
That is true. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling this music. Shannon Shorr grabbed the chip lead, up to 8.7 million in chips right now. Here's a little face-to-face between Jake Schindler and Shannon Shorr. 34 to 10.1 million, as both of these players are seeking their first WSOP gold bracelet. Schindler is 12th on the all-time money list. Shorr 107th, and with a win today, he is likely to vault back into the top 100. Schindler has
my straw is soggy.
Schindler has 4 final tables at the World Series of Poker. Shorr has 14. Very impressive.
Raise 500.
Shorr, I believe, also plays many more games than Schindler does.
Correct. Well, it depends how you define playing more games. Shorr looking down at 5-4 offsuit while Schutten has raised with the diaper. A clean one.
That's not a diaper. That's 4-3.
Oh, 4-3. Sorry, 3 deuce. Yeah, close. Very close.
Yep.
Shorr defends. 8-8-5. 1 heart on the flop. Shorr out in front here. You guys can see the percentages next to each player's cards. Shorr is 86% to win this one. Schutten 7%. The remaining percentage
350.
has to do with the chopped pot. Shorr takes the lead here.
As we're approaching the end of our 1-hour free preview, Schutten makes the call. Promo code indeed is GETWSOP30 for $30 off.
Decent turn card for Schutten. Turns the 9 of hearts, giving him a flush draw.
Shorr still the big favorite here in this spot. Shorr decides to slow down a little bit and checks. 5 on the river, giving Shorr a full house. But that should make it a little bit easier for him to see this hand through.
$650.
650 is the bet.
650.
Schutten quickly kicks him into the muck. All right, let's do one more hand here on the live stream before we kick it on over to Jeff Platt and Jamie Kerstetter. Thank you all so much for watching this free preview of this 50K high roller final table. $1.3 million up for grabs. Shorr and Schindler going for their first bracelet after long careers in the game, while Schutten and Punsri also do not have a bracelet added to their resume yet. So whoever wins today is going to be a first-time WSOP Gold bracelet winner. Donnie and I will be back with more secondary streams in the not-so-distant future. We'll see when that all plays out. While David Peters, is it Daryl Fish? I thought for a second that was Daryl Fish, and I thought that was Sean Deep. I guess.
No, that's
two.
Dan Colpoys.
Oh, Colpoys. I thought it was
Jesse Yaganuma was also on the rail.
Beautiful.
And then, of course, David Peters. All good friends with Shannon Shorr. That's why they're sweating.
Final hand here of the free preview as Schutten opens with Queen 8 of diamonds to 500K. Shorr has a very poor holding here with Jack Deuce offsuit. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Use promo code GETWSOP30 to save $30 on the annual sub, meaning you pay less than $6 a month, which by our most recent calculations is less than a Starbucks coffee.
And you don't have to listen to our nonsense.
With whatever straw you want is what I was going to say. Grab whatever straw you want. Schindler has 7s here. On our way out here, let's do one final giveaway of that free month sub. I don't want to leave you guys
you're just
hanging.
letting the people off early. I would not have given it away. I just want it on record.
Donnie
if people didn't get to 1,000, I wouldn't have done it.
He's a Scrooge here as Schindler moves all in. I'm going to ask the same question I asked yesterday. Who would you want to see win a World Series of Poker gold bracelet this year? Answer the question. And
Shannon Shorr.
In the next few minutes, we'll pick a winner. So we'll keep the stream going for, let's do one more hand. See, I'm very generous here. Donnie is the curmudgeon here on this broadcast.
It all went downhill once I got this paper straw. Once I got the paper straw, I just
let us know.
Kind of ruined my day.
Let us know in the chat right now. Who would you want to see win a bracelet this year at the World Series of Poker? We'll do one more hand. We'll do a quick giveaway, and then we are on our way out and sending it over to Jeff Platt and Jamie Kerstetter, who will call the remainder of the action on PokerGO.com. Once more, the reminder, get WSOP30 for $30 off the annual sub, which brings it down to roughly $6 a month. We also have monthly and quarterly subscriptions available, but our best value is, of course, the annual subscription. Shorr here looking down at ace-5 suited. That is a big hand these days.
Massive hand. Especially four-handed.
Absolutely.
Especially with the button. Especially with the chip lead.
By the way, on your way out,
get 500K.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Daily new clips coming out. Tomorrow morning, you might be able to see who won this tournament. We release the final hand of this event. Shorr might get a race through here, but Schutten's going to defend his blind here with 9-6 off. Final minute to get your guess in for.
Seems like a fair defend. The only thing that I'll say is that, you know, Schutten's been sliding, so, you know, he might want to tighten things up a bit. Take some hands off. See if he can right the ship. He does flop the best hand here with bottom pair.
Still a pretty interesting flop for Shorr as well to continue on.
Yeah, it's probably a check back for Shorr. Just given that, you know, that's a pretty wet board. And the player calling out of the blind can hit that. Of course, these players never do anything that I say, so it doesn't really matter. Bet from Shorr, quick fold from Brek Schutten.
Wow.
I'm just kind of surprised by the whole way that hand played out, but hey. What do I know? I'm just a YouTube commentator.
It is raffle time. The winner of the free month, his name is Drew Maxwell. He said, Ms. Rocky. I wonder which one. There are so many these days.
There's 4, right?
There's
4 for sure.
Drew Maxwell, send a DM to PokerGO on Twitter with a screenshot of you logged in to your PokerGO account and we will credit you with 1 free month of PokerGO action. By the way, my name is Remko Rinkema, at Remko Rinkema on Twitter if you want to give me a follow. Donnie_Peters. I'm still working on him changing it to pizza, but it hasn't happened just yet. Thank you all so much for watching. We have reached the end of this free preview. We love doing it for you guys. We'll be back soon with another one. And for now, kicking it on over to Jeff Platt and Jamie Kerstetter.